Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now, today's video is all about some updates for the graduate and for people who perhaps is helping Australian economy by fulfilling the job vacancies. Now, obviously, this is not a news, but this is more a reminder because we're already in February 2023. So almost to the end, there's only a couple months to go to the end of the financial year, which will refresh by the 1st of July 2023. So there are some opportunity here just for you to actually catch up with this. So if you're a graduate, just finish your studies, there's going to be diploma certificate courses or universities. Now, why don't you really looking into the opportunity to actually apply for 485 visa. Now, just to remind you, under the graduate work stream, traditionally, you're required to go through skill assessment, but due to pandemic, the government of Australia has given a little bit of waiver, as you can see and read here. It says have qualification, relevant occupation on the skill occupation list, but there is a bracket says note. This is not required application lodged between 1st July 2022 and 30th of June 2023. So obviously that's, well, how many months to go? 3 to 4 months to go. So if you newly graduated, hopefully graduated by December or early this year, some people might got their letter of completions or getting their what else? The letter of completion, graduation certificates. Make sure you submit it before 1st of July 2023, so you don't need to require or worry about skill assessment. Now, obviously, if you've been following my channel long enough, probably won't take the notice. Now, the government of Australia, obviously the current government, Labor government, also said that they will put an options to actually renew this offer of not requiring the skill assessment offer by 1st of July 2023. Now, whether or not they're going to do that or not, obviously we need to wait until that date. But from the current situation, obviously we have seen through later last year, well, starting from Job Skills Summit, there's a lot of job vacancies and skill requires still a demand around the nations, and also the global, talking about the global recession coming due to the interest rate continue to raise and increase. Would this continue to be there? Now, obviously, every time throughout history of Australia, if the economy goes bad, the government of Australia always use the migration policy to balance things up. So, because the demand of skill and job require still there, an upcoming recession, so I predict that the by this end of February, they will have some announcement of the new policy for 2023. I suspect that the extension of not required skill occupation for the skill assessment will continue for another year. Now, I suspect that, or perhaps a new reform to actually combine. There's no more graduate work or PSW stream. There will just be one stream where, as long as you study 2 years, you can actually get a graduate work for a 5 visa. So rather than having two different pathways, they will combine together. Well, that's my prediction. Doesn't come true yet. But see what happens, because I'm utilizing all the information that I have the experience with in the immigration, past and histories, and plus the international, global, and national circumstances at this point in time in Australia. So I think that will be one of the things that will likely to happen, but let's see what happens. Now, second, I wanted to mention about the this one. Okay, what is it? Australian government endorsed event COVID-19 pandemic event. So subclass 408. Now, obviously, we have gone through pandemic over the past 2 or 3 years. Now, in the post-season, well, because the former government has asked all the migrants to leave the country of Australia and causing all the job vacancies, skill required, and a lot of issues. You know, remember back 12 months ago, perhaps or more, there were supermarkets coming out and then screaming for laborers and workers. They just cannot find anyone. Now we gotta understand, as a nation of Australia, the 6th largest continent in the world, it's you just need more people. It's 25 million population is just not enough, as we have factually experienced over the past 2 or 3 years. So why not utilizing this? But obviously, I do not think Australian government will continue to lay out this 408 for the COVID-19 pandemic event visa after 1st of July. So if you believe you do have some job and work, whatever that you have around Australia, might as well, just quickly lodge it, right before 1st of July, because this will likely to end by 1st of July, and I don't think there's any more. So it's likely to give you at least 6 months at least, and then 12 months for critical sectors, for example, constructions, health, hospitality. I think is in the critical sector as well. So more than happy if you really have some sort of job offer, forget about coming in with the employment sponsor visa. Why don't you come in with a visitor visa or ETA, and you got a job offer submitted with this 408 COVID-19 pandemic event. The turnaround will be around, I think, about 2 weeks. You'll get a visa anyway, so you can actually get there and work there for very good 6 months to 12 months. And during that time, you probably will like to shift it into, or have more time to actually prepare for your actual employment sponsor visa, which I believe this year, I suspect last year they should have already done that, but the new government wanted to sort out a lot of issue with the backlog and thing. But this year, I think upcoming in February, the new announced policy for employment sponsored visa will come live, which will be, I think they will get a lot of complications away, make it more simplified, so the Australian employer could be easily accessed to skilled migrants to actually help out the economy. Now, a lot of people may argue that the Australian doesn't really need that many people, but look, you got to look broader. The Northern Hemisphere, talking about Europe, US, China relationships and all that, unstable instability will actually cause a lot of migrants coming into Australia, and the demand of services will actually increase as well. So obviously the demand of jobs, vacancies is still gonna be there, as I have predicted and estimated. Anyway, should you have more question or query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.